Settled next to the Willamette River, Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of Ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. We've got a top 25 showdown in this one, both teams with an opportunity to get a statement victory. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The offense set for a first down play. To the air, it's Gabriel. They're bringing heat. And they got him for the sack.
And the defense comes out on the very first play of the game on the road, and they bring the energy, and they get the sack. They came into this one on fire, ready to go, and that is a statement early.
He fires a bullet to the right. What a snag by the defense. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. Wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession, and that is huge for their confidence.
The give is to Miller. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. The first play does nothing. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He'll run it again. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On fourth down, flexing that muscle in the run game. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, a costly turnover on downs.
I'll tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. Fourth down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, dog.
They'll try it over the left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Alabama pushing the tempo. They'll test the right side.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Give to the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At the 11-yard line. 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the running back. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
Got a man. It's Johnson. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Alabama 14, Oregon 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Let's go. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Touch pass on the run. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
You think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll keep it on the ground to the left, sniffing the goal line. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes that Alabama offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
They're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. They'll go to the ground. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Alabama quickly back to the line. Looking for a crease to the left. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The line to gain here is the 43-yard line, and it's 3rd down. They'll try the run. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They're going to go right back to him on 1st down.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The give to the left side. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to run it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Scanning the field, it's Gabriel. Shoots it to the left. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's going to let one fly down the middle. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Alabama 14, Oregon 7.
The Ducks will boot it away to start the second half.
Set to take this one away.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Henderson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They open this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Might as well give it to him again. At the 40, there he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
Trying the left side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And the defense is going to have more plays like that. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with a stop. Maybe get a little momentum here.
Over 100 yards already in this game. So if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. It'll be a draw. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Handoff from the gun. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the draw. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Ball is at the 41 as his defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Gabriel. Working that left side now.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's 3rd down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
The completion well past the sticks. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Takes the handoff. It's Whittington. Breaks the tackle. And the Ducks get it past the sticks. First down for this offense.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 14, Oregon 7.
The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, Dan, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dropping back, it's Gabriel. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20, the 10, touchdown tie. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Going deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. To the air. It's Gabriel. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Another incompletion on third down.
After that incompletion, fourth and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
On fourth down, going to the air. Throws to the tight end. It's caught downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
The Ducks are marching down the field. They keep attacking through the air. Gonna let it fly. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Getting some heat. He lets it fly. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They're throwing for it on fourth down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, and get out of here with a W.
Alabama quickly back to the line. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Third and short now from their own 48. They'll give it to the back. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They go to the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he's brought down after a nice gain. down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. They want to run it left here. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run for it. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he got nothing. Scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve.